Welcome Abhinav. Welcome Bhavya.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Today Rita ma'am will teach you
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Welcome Rita. Yesterday Aradhya had
Sorry,
held
sir.
the session. What are you saying, Bhavya?
Sir, I'm saying that today we will not able to open our camera because there are many books are there in my house around us. So it's like a little difficulty to open it.
Okay. No problem. So yesterday Aradhya had spoken to you or held the session on India. How glorious was ancient India? Did we discuss that yesterday?
Yes, Devesh.
So in the end, I just wanted to make a small addition to the points that were made in conclusion. We went into a long discussion on what is right, left, and center in public discourse, in political discourse. Discourse, you understand? Discourse is a broader type of dialogue. Discourse, DISCOURSE, in which many people are participating. Okay. So right is also called conservative. Left is also called Marxist, Maoist. All these are leftists. Today, there is a new kind of left which is called postmodern or woke, WOKE. We will talk about this term sometime later. These days in London, New York, etc., the young generation is very woke. They believe in the woke ideology, WOKE. You look up the word on Google and we will talk about it in some other class. And why were we discussing this in the context of ancient India? I just wanted to add that right generally believes that ancient India was an extraordinary civilization. Left believes that no, there were many flaws like steep caste and patriarchal hierarchies. Patriarchal, who can explain what is patriarchal?
Sorry, sir. What? Can you repeat?
Patriarchal, PATRIARCHAL, patriarchal. Patriarchal in Hindi we call it Pitra Sattatmak Samaj. Yeah, Purush Pradhan Samaj. Now you will understand. Purush Pradhan Samaj. It's called.
A meeting held by, sir, is it a meeting held in some local area of village?
No. It's not a meeting. Patriarchal means a setup or a society in which men have extraordinary power and resources more than women, in which women enjoy an inferior status and have much less power than men. That is called patriarchal. Okay. So leftists believe that ancient India was very patriarchal and very iniquitous. Unequal society is also called iniquitous, especially because of caste system. Okay. And centrists are more appreciative of ancient India because they admit that there were big scientific and cultural developments here. Although we can't, there is no need to compare. We can't say that India was better than Egypt or better than Europe or even China. Comparisons need not be made. Every culture has its own plus and minus. Okay, this is centrist argument. Now we come to today's topic, which is what are the biggest challenges before our country and what can we do for them. So now I hand over to Rita.
Good evening, students.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening,
Good
beta.
evening, ma'am.
Good evening, mom. All ready for the topic?
Yes,
Who will
ma'am.
start?
Yes,
Who will
ma'am.
start? Beta, who will start?
Ma'am, can I start, Kushi?
Khushi start.
As we all know, India is having many problems and many issues that should solve in our country, such as education system. As the education system is blamed every row, as there are many slow gain of knowledge in the uh, uh, in village and in government school, so it should be changed and we should make a good school and good and just give the job to the great teachers that can teach the children properly and the children become successful and our education system of India changes. And the healthcare system, as there are many problems in healthcare facilities in some areas of south and northeast, that people are suffering for many diseases, and because of poorness they can't afford the medicine because they are in they used to come from foreign, and there are many medicine that are many in high of the very expensive, and they can't just afford it. And the main issue that we all are suffering is pollution. It pollution and environmental issues, there are other challenges that the India is facing at the present. Through the India working hard and going to and doing many uh, development, but because of these our river Ganga and Yamuna are polluted river now, as there are many factories that are built in our country for no use, and they used to drain their chemical in the rivers, and they used to pollute our air also, that may cause a breathing issue that are most of the people are suffering from. And the one of the basic problem that India is facing is human safety, as there are many cases come used to come that they used to do domestic violence with women, and they used to do acid attacks and many more things with the women. So we should take care of women as well as the girl child also. So and the and the main that are nowadays going is not giving equality to a lower caste also. They used to just they in people in our India don't used to give don't give to give respect to the lower caste people. They only used to think that they are only for picking garbage and cleaning only, but we should respect all the people that are Indian, that are used to live in India, not in India, in in the every area of the world. And we should solve these problems as soon as it's possible, because it may cause very problems in future. Thank you.
Khushi, you can touch about these threats what we are facing from neighboring countries, China and all. So this is also one of the, this is the, I think, most important issue that is challenge before us. And regarding your mistakes, you challenge, rather than saying problems what India is facing, we can say challenges in front of India. So challenges is a better word rather than problem. And at the present, you said the with present need not use the. At present, India is facing these difficulties and these challenges. Then you said women's, that's a mistake. Women's is always a plural. I also told you before this also. Women is always women. Women is a plural in itself. Women's is not correct. Then pupil, Khushi, you people are used to speaking pupil. Say people. What I feel it's
I
not.
guess everyone have their own pronunciation to the water, the pupil and some words that are come from foreign languages. As the pupil of their, they use their own lag of their language that are they used to pronounce like pupil.
Your teachers have told you the pronunciation in this way.
Mom, my teacher used to say it pupil.
Acha, okay, maybe.
But even I am doubtful, Kushi. I think in India we have our own Indian English. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So here we pronounce it as people. People. People nahi bola hai, people. But not pupil. There should be no sound of you.
Yes, sir. That pupil is known as the R inside of that.
We have covered many issues: healthcare, education, pollution, women's safety, and these things. And let's see who else will cover all other points also. You have
I'd
covered.
like to also make one point clear to Kushi. See, in pronunciation, we shall be careful in not unnecessarily mixing two pronunciations. Since there is another word, pupil, P-U-P-I-L, which means student. So if we will pronounce people as pupil, it will overlap with the word which means student. So it is all the more important that we pronounce it as people.
Okay, so
Next candidate can speak now. Next student.
Ma'am, may I can?
May I? Anybody? Good name. First, tell your name. Yes, better. You may start whomsoever, but tell your name first.
Sir, may I? Ma'am, may I? Shahrukh.
Shahrukh, you may start.
Ma'am, my topic is rising price.
You have taken your own topic. Excuse me?
No.
Shahrukh?
Yes, ma'am. The
regarding
biggest
challenges. Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am. Regarding challenges, price rises, matlab price hike. Mehengai.
Okay, got it.
Okay, ma'am. Price rise or price hike are the term used to denote rise in price of goods and services. The economic term for rising prices or price hike in inflations, mudra prashar. For the common man, a hike in prices is always a matter of some concern. He has to make constant readjustment to his monthly budget and even give up using certain products and services since he can no longer afford them. Add in the fact that salaries don't increase at a मेरे को याद नहीं आ रहा है वर्ड commensurate rate, and the ability of the common man to afford many things goes down significantly. Yes, ma'am.
Rising prices is your main concern.
Yes, ma'am.
Whenever the speaker ends, you should say either thank you, thanks for your patience, so that it is clear to the listeners that you have concluded.
Shahrukh, have you understood what Devesh sir is saying?
Yes, ma'am. Understand, ma'am.
Huh.
Thank you.
Understand
Ma'am,
here also you should have said I've understood rather than and I understand. Okay. Now,
Ma'am can
हाँ बेटा.
Bhavya tell?
Bhavya?
Ma'am can Bhavya? Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Bhavya.
Namaskar, ma'am.
Bhavya, you won't say Bhavya can, Bhavya tell. What did we say? May.
Bhavya, may I?
May Bhavya speak. You can say that. May I speak? Or if you are not on video, then you will say May Bhavya speak. Not
Okay,
tell,
sir.
not can.
Sir, Namaskar, sir, and my dear friends. I am Bhavya. I want to speak on this topic. India has faced many big challenges. So I think that our citizens can help out India to make it correct. So first, our citizens and our people have to leave doing the caste differences. You are of a upper caste and you are of a lower caste. It is a big problem of our country. To first, our citizens have to change this. Second, our citizens have to change that. In the now present time, there are many people who are making the rate high of the vegetables because the farmers are paying tax to the officers, and it is not a tax, it is a bribe. The officers are taking from the farmers, so the farmers are selling the vegetables in a higher rate. So we should stop this. In 1991, there was a huge problem of this also. There was a huge problem of money. I don't remember the year, but in that year, the India have only 15 days money left. So I think that we should stop taking bride and giving bride. And there was a note who was of zero. It was of 0 rupees. It was not published by RBI. It was published by other company. It was of that if somebody asks you for bride, we should give that 0 rupee note to him or her. So after that, I want to say that our India have to do not make farmers. We have farmers, but we do not have to make everyone farmer. We should do something on education system also. There are many people who are making the doctors. One day I was talking to my father. My father told me the 18th doctor list who were their marks was in minus, but they were doctors. So we should do something in education also. If one of them doctor do an operation or give medicine to our patient, if he or her if she or he do a wrong operation or give a wrong medicine to him or her, so he can die also. So I think that we should make changes in our education system also. So thank you.
Okay, you have touched 2 points, better. Caste difference, then education and rising prices. Price hike, na? And regarding your mistakes, you said making the rate high is increasing the rates. You can say not making the rate high. There's a problem of, no? Then second is the government should put a curb. Stop. एक मिनट पीती रहो ना. Put a stop. Put a stop नहीं, put a curb. The government should put a curb on such practices. Then उसके बाद you said making of the doctors. You can say fake doctors are so many loopholes are there in our education system, that not qualified, unqualified doctors because of the brides and all. People who are not qualified also, they are also becoming engineers, doctors, and what will they do to the society? What service will they provide to the society? So not
Yes,
making the
ma'am.
doctors becoming doctors when some fake policies are being some corruption is there, that we should bring a radical change in our education system, that only qualified ones can become these doctors and engineers, rather than, because it's a real blunder. If a doctor is not qualified, you wanted to say that, that's a very good point. Then caste difference, and these are your mistakes and nothing much. Regarding overcoming these challenges, how to overcome these challenges what we are facing in India. So uske par bhi we should talk. Khushi did not say anything how to overcome them. Shahrukh also did not say. So
How can I tell how to overcome them in after few minutes?
okay.
Yes,
Because
we will have a second round after everyone has spoken once. And Rita, I want to make an announcement since there are some new students today. Everyone, please note down carefully. Our YouTube channel is now running for 2 months, more than 2 months. You should all visit the channel. Please note down the name of the channel. It is called C for Calcutta, S for Shimla, 1980 Volunteers, Social Outreach. Even if you type just CS 1980 Volunteers, you will get to the channel on YouTube. Go to YouTube and go to the channel where all these videos are being posted, and please subscribe to the channel, like all the videos and subscribe to the channel so that more people can get all the notices when any new video is posted, and it will also encourage others to join. I hope everyone has noted the name, and tomorrow I'll see who all have subscribed. By even before you sleep today, please go to the YouTube, type in search bar CS 1980 Volunteers, go to the channel and like all the videos and press the subscribe button and the bell icon. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do that
Okay.
before you sleep today.
Yes,
It will
sir.
just take 1 minute, but this is small thing that you can do in order to help everybody.
Devesh, Purnima ji is asking to repeat the channel YouTube.
C for camel, S for Shimla, CS 1980 Volunteers, VOLUNTEERS. Okay. CS is actually the name of the school to which I and Rita belong, Cambridge School. Okay. CS 1980 Volunteers. You will get all the videos there. Please like all the videos, press the like button, press the subscribe button, and press the bell icon. So you will get all the notifications also. Yes, Shahrukh has got it.
Now who wants to carry on?
Ma'am, may I
Start.
start? Ma'am, may I?
Yes. Tell your name.
Ma'am, Lovely, can I?
Lovely, start.
Yes. Ma'am, can you hear me properly?
It's audible, properly audible.
Mom Lovely said, Mom Lovely said, can I? It should be may I.
I can
Lovely,
hear.
mind it. Okay, fine. Carry on.
India is the biggest democracy in the world, which has taken giant strides in last few decades. The social, political, and economic issues are meant to be meant to be taken under into consideration to improve the condition of our society. First thing is corruption. The most widely spread endemic in India is corruption, which must be handled quickly and wisely. There is hardly any place or office or the police stations and courts and in some these things where there is no one who takes corruption in both the private and public sectors. This is the corruption is there. Next is women's safety. Both men and women enjoy their fundamental rights equally and have opportunities to do many things. But as far as freedom and safety of women are concerned, India lags behind. Issues like domestic violence, rapes, etc. And these things must be tackled immediately just because of the women's safety. Next thing is healthcare system. It is true that the world's most popular dormitory country cannot provide proper healthcare facilities to its entire population. In India, it is a hub of medical tourism, but all these facilities are not available to local residents who are poor and cannot afford these things. Healthcare is neglect issue in India. Next and last thing is infrastructure. India needs to work swiftly on its infrastructure development towards better road, affordable housing, and service like water and sanitization, etc. Thank you.
Very well spoken, lovely. Only 2 mistakes I could find out.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
said quickly, you said these problems should be handled quickly, rather than you can say in a better way that some steps, some measures, or some harsh steps are to be taken to curb corruption. Because corruption should be curbed, then only India will progress. At every level, we find corruption is there. So some major steps, some very harsh steps should be taken by the government, so that not quickly and something, somewhere you missed it something. Then one more thing, this you said neglect issue. Neglected healthcare is a neglected part where there should be more. It should be more. It should be a matter of more concern for the government
Yes.
to handle healthcare issues, rather than it's a neglect issue. Neglected, you can say. Next speaker.
I think Vaibhav has raised his hand for some time.
Sir, can I start?
May I start?
Rita?
हाँ, बोलो बेटा. Yes, Weber, start बेटा.
About today's topic, I would say, first I would say that namaste to my teacher and my friends. And about today's topic, I would start with that. In spite of all these achievements, several formidable challenges remain. Exploding population, widespread poverty, electricity, and scholar and ruptures and cleavage based on religion, language, and gender, threatening the social fabric, urban congesting, wondered ecosystem, and critical power and energy situation.
No one is keeping their video on. Rita?
Weber also. Weber, why don't you switch on your video?
Ma'am, I forgot.
Okay, you can do it right now. Weber. Weber, you are reading from somewhere? Mama is helping you?
No.
Okay, on your own?
Yes, ma'am.
Achha,
And
carry on.
ma'am, there is one student with me.
How old are you, Vaibhav?
Ma'am, I am 10 years old and he is 9 years old. His name is Yaman Vats. So you listen he speak. Come here.
Ma'am, I want to point out something. Once you can say that, once you said that you can hear him speak, he can say that you can hear his views.
Acha, Vaibhav?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. He said that you can hear his speak.
Okay, Vaibhav, just notice what Bhavya is telling you. And now, who is a newcomer? You can
Ma'am,
start.
Yaman Vats.
Do you know the topic? What's
He is new,
Yaman?
so can
Start.
no, ma'am. He is new, so can you tell him about topic?
So, beta, he will speak next time then if he doesn't know the topic.
When
Next
he knows the
time.
topic. And
Yaman,
regarding
we all invite you to attend, and we will like to listen to you. Next time you will get the topic in morning. Now on Monday we will meet.
and for Vaibhav, beta, you may practice before you speak, because you speak not proper sentences. You speak simple words like religion, and just you don't pronounce them properly also. So just have a practice to once or twice before you speak on the topic.
Okay.
I know, because you can frame sentences, because there are more words rather than sentences. That way you'll improve. Next speaker.
Ma'am, may I?
Anybody? Tell your name and then start. Who is speaking? Please start.
Ma'am, may I highlight a few points on this topic?
Yes, Sanjay ji.
Actually, on the basis of my personal observations and the facts which behind we can find anywhere in India, there are so many challenges in front of us. But we cannot discuss all the challenges right now. The most and the one of the challenges before the India is justice, because it is hardly find to justice through the Indian courts and the police system. This is really very complicated, and a person who is not aware about his rights and his duties, and once he will stuck anywhere in the legality of the system, so whatever I think he will never get the solution. And to get the justice in Indian judicial system, he left his life. So every citizen must take an oath to don't give to bribe to anyone. If we stop to give bribe anyone, then it may be possible. Then after some time, the system will be improved, but cannot change. It is really quite difficult. Thank you, ma'am.
It's true, Sanjay ji. I also agree with you. The corruption at every step. It's a big distinct challenge before India. We should take an oath. What you said, we should take an oath, every citizen, and from the core of our heart, that we will not even give bribe, not take bribe. We should keep a board on our tables that no bribe taking, and we are not ready to give bribe also. Every person who is on a high post should keep it on his table, like we keep a calendar on a table. And we should follow, because corruption really is killing us from our roots. At every step, everybody, and moreover, innocent people, they don't know about their rights and all. They just get really entangled in their clutches. Sanjay ji, next, who wants to speak?
Yes, ma'am. There is a long list of the cases which were faked or they registered without any evidence, without any, and the investigation system is really very poor. The police never investigate anything, and they registered the case, and person who is enrolled or his name is there, they ruined his life, the entire life. I have few of the evidences there.
Personal experience you've seen. Really, it must have happened, and really, people are really helpless. And this is because lack of awareness also. We lack so many things on our part also, and rest corruption is really the major cause that India needs to overcome this challenge. Only mercy of God and government, some good governance only can help, because we as
Recently,
citizens.
I saw a movie, and I recommend to everyone in the group must be seen. That movie name is Jai Bhim. The Indian police system and the judicial system and the investigation system, and that story was based on the true story of Justice Chandru.
Okay. Jai Bhim.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
J Beam is good movie.
Okay. Because
Ma'am,
really,
can I tell a short thing of that? What is it all about?
Every time, sir, suggest you, guide you, and you always say can. Before coming in the group for speaking anything, you have to raise your hand, say may I. Take care.
Bhavya, I think we'll do it later on. Let everybody speak. Then we can just have a brief this thing of Jai Bhim, if we'll have time in our hand. Let others also speak. Who else is left now? Nandini,
Ma'am,
are
may
you
I
there?
start? Yes, ma'am.
Purnima is also newcomer. She can also speak now. Who is speaking? You just tell your name and then start.
Ma'am, Nandini.
Nandini, better start.
Good evening, everyone. My views on today's topic is, I think unemployment is the biggest challenge before India, and also the biggest hurdle in the development of India. So the first solution for this problem is to control the rising population in the country, and also we need a change in the education system. And I think for that, government need to establish more colleges, school, and universities in the rural area also, so people get educated and find jobs. And there are many other challenges also before India, like pollution, poverty, domestic violence, poor health facilities, gender inequalities, etc. And one more important point is there: we need transparency in the politics to prevent the corruption, so that our country can develop well. Thank you.
Very nice. Better
Very good,
rising your
Nandini. You spoke within time limit. You that is very good. Everyone should try to stick to the time limit. And Rita, more than discussing the points, we should focus only on language in the first round. Then in the second round, and when we are concluding, then we will go into the substantive arguments. Right now, we are focusing only on language.
Okay. Nandini, regarding Nandini, you did not make any mistake. Yours was absolutely fine. Transparency in politics and equality you want, it's good. And rising, and you have given a new point. Main problem is rising population. That's you have covered. That's very good. Next speaker.
Ma'am, I am Anjali.
Okay.
Good evening, ma'am and sir. And
Recording in progress.
Yes, Anjali.
Anjali hasn't joined yet. I think Purnima can start. Yes,
Good
Anjali
evening.
has come. Anjali has come.
Yes, Anjali.
yes, ma'am, I'm back. So good evening to all of you. I start my topic with the. First, I want to say that India is the fastest developing country in the world.
India, with its diversified culture, civilization, natural resources, technology, and huge skilled human resources. But there is some social economic problems, like the major social economic problem being faced by India is poverty. Even after 6 decades of independence, the country is still fighting against the social level of poverty.
Anjali, can you switch on your video?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, but I think isn't it possible?
Okay.
But I try. Ma'am, am I visible now?
Yeah. Perfect. Yes, Anjali, carry on.
Okay. And through the government and struggling hard to realize to eradicate poverty.
Eradicate.
What, ma'am?
Eradicate.
Yes, ma'am. Eradicate. The increasing population of the increasing population and mismanagement of government scheme had fueled the growth of poverty. Like the population is growing at an, and the second most burning social economic problem of India is unemployment. I think that 9.4% of Indian population is unemployed, and this large number of
yes, but what we can do to overcome, that is also part of the topic. These are the challenges we are facing. What you think from your point of view that we can, how we can overcome these problems?
I think that it is because of lack of quality education,
good.
and also because the government, because they are mismanaged everything. Like who is not qualified for a particular thing, they also do that work, or what I said. Sorry, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next point is the other major problem faced by Indian is the lack of quality education. And further the rural children have to work to contribute to their family income. Thereby, time for education is not with them. And despite the government effort on compulsory education and a child labor ban, many children are still not able to go schools. And added to this, the lack of quality teachers is also a cause for decline in quality education. And the main economic problem is corruption and an unhealthy environment for investment and increase in cost of government services. This increase the already gap between poor and wealthy. This may lead to unrest, the destruction, and modern societies. The above problems being faced by modern India cannot be solved just by government policies and schemes, but these can be definitely addressed by people. Okay.
Anjali, you spoke very well, very well. Good, keep it up and keep coming every day. Okay. Then one or two mistakes I'll point out. That time you said children do not have time in hand when they're working, and child labor should be banned. It should be put in a proper sentence, like you said, ban on child labor. That child labor should be banned.
Yes.
Then children do not have ample time to study, because if these policies will be strictly followed, not followed. Followed is not a right word. Strictly, Devesh, what can I say? Effectively, if we can.
What are you saying, Nita?
effectively, if we can, child labor should be banned, and effectively it should be followed. So students, children,
Monitored.
हाँ,
It's monitored.
monitored properly. So then this problem will eradicate. Then go to school. Go to school, Anjali. When we go to school, Nita, I don't know what you said, but it was incorrect somewhere. Two was not required there. If we go, I have missed that word. And rest, you were quite confident, Anjali, and you're keeping it up. Good. If your presence is every day, you are there. If you keep coming, you'll definitely improve your English.
Thank you, ma'am. And ma'am, I want to talk you after the class.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am, may I?
Tell your name, beta. Good name then.
Abhinav, ma'am.
Abhinav, you have come. Okay, Abhinav.
Namaskar everyone. Myself Abhinav. I am giving to my opinion on this topic. Yeah, I think the biggest challenge is maintain international relationship because, as you know, the present situation, Russia-Ukraine war, and we are in middle because we are confused to choose one. Russia because America support Ukraine, and Russia is our very close and best friend for the, as you know, as history, and another America is also good. Yeah, so we are in trouble to choose one, but I hope we solve this situation because these countries are very helpful for us. Yeah. Second problem, challenge I notice is very common to see everywhere. Yeah, everywhere is self manners and discipline. Yeah, as you know, Japan is a very great country for self discipline and honesty. But we are not seeing in India. So I share a story. I share my story of yesterday, true story. Yesterday I saw a student road accident, and the shameless thing I noticed at this time, people not help the student. Oh, people not help student. He was busy on making video. Then this is a very shameless thing in our in seen my life. But this thing is not correct by government. Your self discipline made by yourself. Yeah, so you cover your mistakes and solve for yourself for become a good man in your life. Yeah, and the third is maintain our country financial and economically perfect, because I think some countries are depend on his financial and economical part. There is a base for every country. And fourth, and till the end, I was request to everyone to learn some basic laws for your need. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Abhinav, you have touched again good international boundary problems what we are facing. That's good. And then you said about self. We should be, as Indian citizens, rather than we are pointing out problems of others, we should first correct ourselves. We should be noble human beings. At the first foremost, we should improve our own selves, that we should be sympathetic towards others also. Then you said we should bring economically and financial and politically and all those things. We should bring, you can use the word stability. Stability should be there on the part of government to maintain economic and financial issues, that citizens do not face such problems. So stability should be there. and noble human beings we should become. That's good, Abhinav. You've touched again new 2 points. Who
Yes,
else is
ma'am.
left?
Thank you, ma'am.
Who is left now?
May I speak? Purnima.
Purnima ji, begin.
Okay.
Give,
Good
give
evening,
your
all of
intro. Purnima, give your intro if you have joined for the first time.
Okay.
Just your
My
name and your
name is
age.
okay. My name is Purnima and I am 23 years old.
From Delhi?
And I'm yes, I'm from Delhi and I am working
Pursuing?
I'm working in social sector.
Okay, now you can speak very well on this challenges India is facing. Yes, better start.
Okay. Good evening, all of you. According to my opinion, there is two most biggest challenges in India nowadays. First of all, gender inequality, and second of education system. We all have seen the everywhere. Also during lockdown, because all parents prioritize boys' education first, and then girls education, and second one is education system. There is some issue with education system because uh, I have seen by classroom, 8th grade girls can't read and write Hindi properly, and I thought there is a lag issue of school, government, etc. And somehow there is some changes also. We have seen new education policy. Uh, thank you. Thank you. I'm not prepared very well. That's all. Thank you for listening.
Okay, Purnima, from next time you can come prepared. And today also you spoke well for the first class. It's fine. According to my opinion, in my opinion, is better to speak. I think, according to my opinion, in my opinion, this is the major problem what India is facing. So you spoke. Next time you can come prepared and at least for 2 minutes. Okay, Purnima, keep joining us.
Okay, thank you.
Who else is left now? I think nobody. Devesh, can you continue now?
Can
Conclude the topic.
I tell how to overcome
So
my
she has some point to make.
Okay.
Now I want to say that how to overcome the problem for unemployment, as there are many sectors for built for work, but the the owner used to get the people that are more educated and got a higher qualify in their studies. No one wants an illiterate person to their job, and that's the main cause. As India, many people are not able are not educated, but the people that are the owner of that center think that they should get the people that are educated and make their company very great and big center. But it's not good that that the people who are not able that are not educated, they didn't get any job and they are still unemployed. So we should change. And the main problem of health, it's not possible to make every hospital a free cost hospital, but few hospital in a single village of a area of a sector in a district of a state, there must be a one free hospital, one free school, and one free house for the people who don't have house. They are living on the road and suffering for such a disease. We should make these things and make our country more developed. As there are many beggars that are sitting on the road and asking for the food on the temple. but there should be some houses that are given to those people. But the people used to just as the if the government gives some house to them, but the people that are the member of that organization, they used to give more money and get those house, and the poor people didn't get house. And if someone get, they used to if someone get, they used to get want to get more money, they used to give that house on loan to other people, and they start again making a hurt and start living again, and just ask other their family member to make other and other. That's the main problem of our country. There are many busties that are in our Mumbai and many more places. We should just focus on these places also. Thank you.
Khushi, uh, we can summarize your point that there should be transparency. What Devesh has used the word in all the arenas. Policies should be such that child labor should be curbed, and population, there should be strict rules, some strict policies to be made that only 2 children or more than 2 children, nobody will get a job, not even a voter ID, not even ration card. Something of very strict policies we should follow, and transparency should be there. Rehabilitation facilities for housing. These government is doing a lot of efforts also. We have a hope also that poor will also get lots of benefits if the government again comes in power. Let's see, and moreover, we can pray to God that let India
Mama,
be
I
free
want
of
to say one
corruption.
more thing.
Huh?
Mama, I want to say one more thing.
Okay, be precise, beta, because Devesh will conclude then. Because
Okay,
Devesh always has very good.
okay, Mom, I want to say that the pupil, those are kind of their heart, and they used to do their own work in the presence of their honesty. But that pupil who has some greediness, they used to just force the person to become like them and used to give more money. And if the person does not change, and they used to do the transfer to that single person and give the seat to their party member. As I saw movie J Bhim, the pupil, the police used to get more money and used to raise the evidence. The poor one who don't have any money to fight, those are suffering from food, that from the less of food, and their house are built of the plants, dead plants, and they used to catch them and ask say that okay, you are the victim, you did the you are the thief, you did that, and used to give torture to that single person. And just, that was like, and the person who actually did it used to take money and just say that you enjoy your life, but the person who didn't have
Khushi, you have to be brief. Please confine every speech to 2 minutes.
okay, sir.
So Devesh, now you
I
can.
really appreciate that all of you have spoken from your heart, because we all feel concerned about our country, not only because it is our country, but actually it is one of the most beautiful societies on this earth. So, and yet it is threatened by so many challenges. So I really appreciate that all of you spoke well and brought up so many good points. But there is one complex issue which I'll now explain. Listen to it carefully and try to note down this point. And next time, in fact, we will have on Monday our discussion on this very issue which I am bringing up now. If you don't understand my point at any stage, please raise your hand. To make that whenever you are making a speech, Yeah, which has which are more
Sir, we are not
visible.
able to hear you properly because maybe it a network issue. So can you please repeat those lines that you have spoken?
Rita, can you hear me, Rita?
You are audible to me.
Okay. So I'll repeat my last point. What I'm saying is that we have to learn how to structure our speech. What are we talking? How to structure our speech. What does structure mean? When there are many points, they have to be presented in a sorted manner. They have to be categorized together in some classes or classified according to subheadings, and the relation between these subheadings and their points have to be clarified. Secondly, they have to be ordered. Which one will come first, which will come next, this has to be understood. For example, first of all, you must start your speech with some very striking example of what you are going to say. You're talking, say, about poverty. So you start with a small incident which you may have seen of extreme poverty. I know that in some districts like Eastern UP, hundreds, thousands of children used to die because of encephalitis, some virus. Every year after monsoon, innocent children used to die in thousands. Before this Yogi government has now finally taken care of the problem. This was a very, very shocking and painful thing, which could be counted as a major challenge which our country was facing. So something like this, you start with an example of what you're going to talk about, but with a very striking example. Then in structuring your speech, don't randomly mention all the points. Random, you understand? Who understands the meaning of the term randomly? Randomly means
Sir, can I tell
without... Please tell.
Sir, can I tell the meaning in Hindi?
Yes.
Sir, random means achanak se.
No, not exactly अचानक से. Randomly means बेतरतीब, बगैर किसी sequence के, without any sequence. Randomly means without any sequence. So they should be ordered. And as I said, first point should be a striking example of the concern that you are raising. Secondly, you must classify the points into manifest problems, critical problems, persistent problems, and underlying problems, and lastly, solutions. I'll repeat. First of all, give a striking example, then talk about the manifest problems like unemployment, poverty. This is all visible to everybody. But there are some critical problems which, if not attended to immediately, critical means if you don't attend to them immediately, the country itself will collapse. Suppose there is a war, and instead of fighting the enemy, we keep on having these seminars about poverty, etc., then obviously the enemy will reach the our houses. You get my point? To give another example, suppose there is a fire in the house. If there is a fire in the house, you will not start mending, you understand? Rectifying, correcting. Mending. You will not start mending your a leaking tap at that point. अगर घर में आग लग गई है तो हम कोई नल अगर चू रहा था, नल से पानी बह रहा था, उसको ठीक करने थोड़ी बैठेंगे. So poverty, unemployment, these are persistent problems which need long-term attention. On the other hand, if there is a war, it is a critical problem. If there is a riot, if there is a civil war, there is a critical problem. If anti-nationals take over, say, our Doordarshan, or say, start rioting in New Delhi, then it is a critical problem. It has to be attended to first. This is the meaning of critical problem. So you have to distinguish between manifest problems, persistent problems, and critical problems, and then underlying problems, which are the causes of these other problems. For example, corruption is an underlying problem which leads to bad education system, bad policing, bad courts. Many of you spoke about unemployment, etc. Behind them is corruption. But behind corruption also there is criminalization of politics, which needs even more attention. Why more attention? Because sometimes to fight the bigger enemy, you need the help of the lesser enemy. मैं एक example देता हूँ. Suppose there is a terrorist, there are some terrorists who are planning to destroy our parliament. You don't know how to fight them, but there is a corrupt person, maybe even a criminal in your knowledge, who knows how to fight. So you will take the help of that criminal in order to fight the terrorist first. You will tackle the criminal later on, change him, arrest him later on. But at that point, terrorist attack is most important to prevent. And if the criminal can help in preventing it, suppose there is a war. Even governments do this. They release criminals from the jail to go and fight on the front. You understand my point now? So within underlying problems also, there are serious problems and most serious problems. All these have to be categorized. This is called a structured speech, or even written form also. It will be called a structured answer. Instead of putting the points randomly, जैसे हम गुलदस्ता बनाते हैं, तो कहीं भी गुलाब लगा दिया, कहीं भी मोतिया लगा दिया, कहीं भी गेंदा लगा दिया. It will become a beautiful bouquet anyway. But when you are giving a structured speech, a structured answer, then you have to categorize the points and then end with the solutions. And even after that, you have to end by saying what I will do to contribute to the solution. One thing which I found, as Rita mentioned, in fact, that most of you did not mention what you will do. Okay, but this was a short speech session. It is understandable. You could not include all the points. The more important thing to understand is how to structure a speech. So next time, Monday, we will talk about this, and you can hear what I have said again on the video. Will be put on the channel. Again, I repeat, you go to the channel, like all the videos one by one. Press the like button, then subscribe button, and then the bell icon. Okay?
Okay, sir.
And listen to my last 10 minutes again. That will help you in preparing for Monday's speech. How to structure your speech. That is what you will say first, what you will say last, in between what all has to be included, and in what order. This is the important point. If you will master this, then you will find that you will be applauded. People will clap for you whenever you are on stage. Okay? But you'll have to work hard for this.
Okay, sir.
So now we will meet on Monday. Does anyone want to add something?
Sir, I want to add one more point.
Yes, Kushi.
Sir, I want to say that how to overcome from the women's safety. Can I?
How to overcome?
Sir, I want to say how to overcome on women's safety, on the women right and safety.
How to improve women's safety. Yes,
Yes.
that's a very important point. We
Sir,
can have a discussion.
We should never think that the woman is less in power, or she don't have power to fight. So we should just respect that, and we should never use to we should never use to do violence or do not hurt a woman, and as a woman, and we should never used to ask the woman for we should just used to help a woman. We should never see the show. If someone is just doing misbehave with a woman, we should never think about, we should never record it and post on social media. We should just help that woman with the face, the problem she is facing from. We should help that woman. We should never.
Okay, good, very good point. But one point you missed, Kushi. For women's safety, most important thing is that all girls should learn judo, karate, and even firing in schools and
I want
colleges.
to say, why should a woman only carry a spray for the fight? The man should
No, not only the women. Everyone should learn self-defense. We have kept women away from self-defense, which is a wrong thing. I'll give you one example. You know Rani Lakshmi Bai, she fought the British. She jumped along with her child tied to her back from the top of the fort onto her horseback. 80 feet उसने छलांग लगाई थी घोड़े पर भागने के लिए. 80 feet बहुत होता है. I think many men like me can't do it. Will be in fact very scared of doing this. So women can be very, very brave also. Even in India, there have been so many brave women. So, but our education does not teach self-defense, etc., to students, and encourages women to only do rangoli and dance and painting, etc., or even just studies is not good enough. We must have skills along with scoring well in exams.
So we should teach.
Okay, but now we have touched 9:15.
I want to say a slogan that we should teach a boy child that we should not teach a boy child that don't cry like a girl. We should teach that don't use to cry a girl without any reason.
Yeah, good point.
Sir, she wants to say that do not cry like a girl. After that, हेमा मालिनी said in हिंदी that लड़कों को ये मत कहो कि लड़कियों की तरह रो, लड़कों को ये कहो कि वो लड़कियों को रुलाए ना.
Very good. Yes. Okay, so it's 9:15. Now we will meet on Monday. I've already told you the topic, how to structure your speech. Okay, listen to the suggestions I've given and also consult YouTube, Google, whatever, and give a good speech on Monday.
Sir, I have subscribed it.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you for